What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So, wait, you know what? Let me ask you first, which one is iPhone SE 3 and which one is iPhone SE 2? If you're a subscriber to the channel, you can probably tell which one is which because of the color and the content I have on both. But this one is iPhone SE 3 and iPhone SE 2. They look very familiar, very similar to each other, and that's because they are. There's a couple key differences, but I want to compare the two and see which one kind of is the one to pick up in 2022. But before I do begin, I'd really appreciate if you can give this video a thumbs up and turn on the bell notifications, as it does help out the YouTube algorithm and will help push my content out to more people. And also, I just want to share with you guys the wallpaper that I have right here. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below, but I am working on a couple of wallpapers. I am trying out how they work. Definitely will be putting out more wallpapers in the coming months, but if you want to take a look at this wallpaper, I'll be leaving a link in the description down below. Anyway, without further delay, let's dive right in. Okay, so when we look at design, I mean, they're the same, right? They are. It's because it's a recycled body of the iPhone SE, which is the iPhone 8, which is the iPhone 7 and the 6S and the 6. I mean, this is essentially a design from 2014, and that's okay. There's been a couple of refinements over the years, and this is what we have, iPhone SE 2 and iPhone SE 3. So if you use a case for SE 2, it's gonna fit on the SE 3, as well as like something like the iPhone 8. Now, the only thing that's kind of different in hardware is Apple says they use their most durable screen and their glass, and it's not ceramic shield apparently, but it's more durable than iPhone SE 2. I'm not going to do a drop test or anything, but I'm just putting it out there, and that's really it from design when we look at it. It does come in a couple new colors. Well, the same colors really, but the shades of the colors are a little bit different. If you got black last year, it's midnight this year. If you got white last year, it is starlight this year. And if you went with product red, it's product red, but since I don't have product red iPhone SE 3, I can't really tell or give you guys any insight on the shades of the product red. That's it for design. All right, now let's talk about software. Software's the same too. Huh, who knew? Well, there's a little bit more that goes into it. I want to talk about the processing chipsets that are in the iPhone SE 2 and the iPhone SE 3. So iPhone SE 2 uses the same chipset found in the iPhone 11 series, the A13 Bionic chip. It's still a very capable, very powerful chipset. So if you have the SE2 and the iPhone 11 or 11 Pro, whatever it is, they still run like a champ. And Apple does do really good optimization with their chipsets. Now with iPhone SE 3, it got a spec bump. It has the Apple A15 Bionic chip that's found in the new iPhone 13 series, the 13, 13 mini, 13 Pro, and 13 Pro Max. So it's a spec bump, and you're getting an extra gig of RAM as well. So 3 gigs on the SE2 and 4 gigs on the SE3. Do I notice any difference in day-to-day use? Not at all. Not at all. I mean, it does feel slow, but that's because I'm coming from a 120 hertz refresh rate on the 13 Pro Max as well as the S22 Ultra. So, I mean, it does feel slow, but when it comes to 60 hertz, these are really smooth displays. I think Apple has the smoothest 60 hertz displays, but like I said, it's because I got used to using 120 hertz that this just feels really slow. But I'm sure that with software, Apple is going to push out a lot of software updates. So SE2 came out in 2020. And we can expect about 4 to 5 years of software updates. So probably around maybe 2025, 2026 is when Apple is going to end software updates with SE2. That's pretty good. And with SE3, I mean, if it came out in 2022, expect it at least until 2027, 2028. So you're not future-proofing your design, but you are future-proofing the software. Now, I'm going to get to battery in a little bit because as this phone progresses and ages, obviously you're going to be getting newer software updates, but how's the battery going to hold up? I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But otherwise with software, you're getting the same thing. This is a really good device to enter the Apple ecosystem if you are not looking to spend $400, $500, $600. And I'm also going to get into price in a little bit. But entry-level software, you're getting really everything about the Apple ecosystem in these 2 iPhone SEs, whichever one it is. But software, you're like, if you upgrade from SE2 to SE3, same exact software. iOS, it's really what you've come to love and enjoy from Apple's operating system. Okay, so let's take a look at the camera, and they're going to be the same camera hardware, but Apple, because of the A15 Bionic chipset found in the iPhone SE3, there's improvements in computational photography. I mean, for example, we can find there's support for things like deep fusion as well as photographic styles. So if you're into that, then iPhone SE is probably going to be the iPhone SE type of phone for you. But even if you go with SE2, you're still getting a capable camera. And I do use the iPhone SE2 up until I got the SE3 for one of my camera setups. I've been really relying lately on iPhones for my cameras to make videos like the one you're watching right now. So if you go ahead and pick one up, either one, whichever one it is, whichever one you find on sale, or if this one's cheaper than the other, it doesn't matter. This is a perfect entrance into creating content, into making content on whatever it is, YouTube, Instagram, Reels, whatever it may be. And if you don't want to break the bank, I think these are the perfect devices. They're really good. They're really optimized for social media and for content. So it's really the same camera hardware, a little bit of an improvement because of computational photography with the iPhone SE3, but you're not really getting like extra camera lenses or a new upgraded hardware. I really wish it did, but it doesn't. Oh well, I'm used to it, but I still like iPhone SE3. I like both of them, but camera still the same. All right, and now let's get to battery life. And this was one of the biggest concerns with iPhone SE2, and that was the battery life, because it didn't really last you all day, and I vouch that. I mean, I stand behind that. It didn't last me all day. It kind of sucks. So now, since I just use this pretty much for recording videos, it lasts me longer. I don't do anything really too much with it. It's not my daily driver. I'll be putting it out there for you guys to know. This is not my daily driver. I use this device to just record videos for the channel, and the battery lasts pretty good. I mean, I'm not recording like 4K or anything. My videos are still capped at 1080p, but nonetheless, it had a pretty subpar battery life. So the one thing that a lot of people wanted was an improvement with battery life with the iPhone SE3, and we did get a 10% battery upgrade in the iPhone SE3. It's still the same size, but Apple managed to put in a slightly larger battery in here. We don't know the capacity. Apple doesn't really disclose that information. There are teardowns that do show the exact milliamp hours, but 10% upgrade, not too bad. And in my use, I have my SIM card currently in the iPhone SE. I am testing this as my main iPhone, and so far it's been great. Obviously, since I'm used to the 13 Pro Max, I didn't really put my hopes up, but it's been doing really well. And when I go out, it uses 5G, and it's not millimeter wave 5G. It's only sub 6 gigahertz, and that's okay. It's still really fast. But with the longer battery life, the slightly longer battery life that I'm getting with iPhone SE3, for me, it's still not going to last me all day. But for those who literally barely use their phones, really light usage, I mean, call and text a couple people here and there and take some photos and just email once in a while, watch a couple of YouTube videos, then this phone is going to last you pretty much the entire day. With 5G, I don't know if you want to keep that. It's going to definitely take some battery from you, but some battery life. But if you want to turn it off, you can. So 5G connectivity, I think, was kind of, as of right now, it's still improved. It still has a little bit better battery life, but I feel like as time progresses, the 5G is going to kind of cancel it out. They're going to have the same battery life within time. But I kind of wish MagSafe was here also, but it's not. I mean, they're only missing it on the iPhone SE3 now, and well, the iPhone 11, because they're still selling that. But their new lineup from 12 moving forward has MagSafe. I really wished that Apple did put MagSafe on. Then it would have been a really, really good iPhone SE. I probably would have kept it because it's a small, compact device. Not as compact as 12 and 13 mini, but I still like this. I like this design. Many people don't like it because it's not modern, but I still really like this design. Nonetheless, a little bit of a battery improvement. It's but it's still not going to last you all day if you're like me and you are a heavy user. Okay, now let's get to pricing. So here's the thing with pricing on both the iPhone SE2 and iPhone SE3. I'll first put up iPhone SE2 pricing right here. And there you go. There's the pricing. So $399 for 64 gigs. When it first came out, at least, you can probably find it on sale now. $449 for 120 gigs. And I believe whatever's on screen is the exact pricing, $549 for 256 gigs. But that was a good price. That was a good price tag for iPhone SE. It was a perfect gateway to the Apple ecosystem for those who didn't want to fork over $600,000-$700,000 for an iPhone to enter the Apple ecosystem. In fact, you would have been able to pick up an iPhone SE2 at the time, some AirPods, and maybe an Apple Watch SE for the price of like one iPhone 12 or even one iPhone 13 nowadays. However, 64 gigs in 2022 standards, if you ask me, is not enough. Granted, there can be arguments that we use cloud storage. I personally don't use too much cloud storage. So for me, that argument doesn't really work out. Everyone has their own thing, their own little gig. I don't use too much cloud storage. I use the onboard storage, and 64 gigs is just not enough, especially if it's going to be my daily driver. Now let's put that aside and talk about iPhone SE3 pricing. There you have it. So 64 gig starting price is $429, $430. So a price jump of $30. And there's been a lot of thing going on, like, why did this price go up? And now it's not gonna be the same iPhone SE kind of thing. And I kind of see why everything of the prices right now has gone up. I was a little upset because of the iPhone SE price going up, and it's okay though. It's okay. I'd still recommend this as the perfect gateway and entrance into the Apple ecosystem. Now, taking a look at the prices, yeah, if you could find an iPhone SE2 on sale for maybe $200, I would say get this over the iPhone SE3 because you're not getting too much extra in the SE3. But if they're both at its sale price wherever you're shopping from, pay the extra $30 and get the iPhone SE3. You're going to get slightly improved battery life, and you're going to get 5G if that really matters for you, but you're going to have a newer, more recent chipset, the Apple A15 Bionic chip, and this is going to last you longer than the iPhone SE3. Think about it like this. The SE2 is already 2 years into its lifetime, and the iPhone SE3, while it's the same exact design and whatnot, it's brand new. It's literally right smack new into its lifetime. So it's going to last you much longer with the extra gig of RAM and the optimization of the A15 Bionic chipset. So I think we're gonna have to get used to this price jump, not just in the iPhone SE, but also maybe in the iPhone 14 series that comes out later this year, most likely in September. So I think this is just like a kind of thing from Apple telling us to, hey, look, we increased the price of the iPhone SE. Get ready, get used to it because we're gonna increase the prices of the iPhone 14 series as well. Okay, so which one would I choose and recommend? Obviously the iPhone SE3. However, I'd still recommend SE2 only if you can find it for something like $250 because this is still a perfect device to enter the Apple ecosystem. However, if you can't and you're still finding prices of iPhone SE3 at like $350 or $370, $399 maybe, I'd say pay the extra $30 or $50 to buy the iPhone SE3. I mean, you are getting slightly better battery life. You're getting 5G sub 6 gigahertz, not the millimeter wave the super fast 5G. And you're getting a couple computational photography improvements, photographic styles with the camera. But I think for that, it's going to be a pretty good upgrade, worth the money. And it's going to last you longer because it is a more newer. That doesn't make sense. It's a newer device. It's going to last you 2027, 2028 when we take a look at software updates. But that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to Superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the YouTube channel a lot and will help push my content out to more people. Anyway, that about wraps up this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Anyway, everybody, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, because with the more interactions we get on this video, not only helps the video and the channel, but also pushes the video out to more viewers. And best of all, superman that subscribe button. Until next time, everybody, and until next video, this is MTG.